Happy Friday, everyone. Doing a quick bike check on my Reklamation Complete. I've done a few modifications recently, so I want to kind of keep you up to speed on what I've done and how it's working out. So for those of you who have ordered this frame, thank you so much. We did about 10 or 11 pre-orders, and we do have a few more coming. I think we have another 4, so if you're interested, let me know. They should be coming within the next 60 to 90 days. So super excited. Thank you for all the support. A little bit on the frame. It is a double top tube, obviously. It's a 19-inch top tube with a 75-degree head tube angle. Seat post is 71, and the rear end is 13.5. Things that I really like about it too is that it has the brakes on the lower chainstays, so I'm able to do those cherry pickers again, which is great because that was a trick that I was losing with the brakes kind of in the way. It was a little bit tight to get my foot in there. Overall, just love the frame. First couple months, didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. But now that the weather's changing a bit, I've been riding quite a bit, and I really like it. So let's just go through some of the parts. Recently, what I've done is the main things is I put a new sets of rim on the frame and also cranks and forks. So I went with titanium to lighten it up. And with these modifications, I was able to take off about 3 pounds. So now the bike weighs in at about 24.5, which is great considering I'm running a coaster brake, all 4 pegs and brakes. I mean, that I feel like I'm pretty sad in this really heavy seat. If I were to let go of the Primo seat, I would probably take another pound off, but I'm so married to it. So the forks that I went with, these are the titanium Far East. Thank you, Dub, for helping me out with that. And thank you, Fred, for helping me to pay for it, because I really appreciate the support to make that happen. But I really like the forks. Obviously, so much lighter than what I was running, and I was running the flatware. And then I went with the Far East titanium cranks, and again, Dub was able to help me out with getting that. And he also laced up this front wheel, which is a Far East carbon fiber hub with titanium bolts, and then also titanium spokes on the NV rim. And we also I actually had this laced up locally, which is, I think, the first that I've ever seen this. So this is a coaster brake, a true coaster brake. It actually has the brake still hooked up. Sometimes back in the day, we used to take the brake shoes out and make it like the first free coaster. But this is running coaster brake, and it's a Sun Tour. Thank you, Gary Clark, who gave that to me. He had that. He's been stocking lots of these from back in the 80s. But this is the first time I've ever seen, at least for me, running titanium spokes on a Sun Tour. And then I got the NV rim. It used to be an old Araya that I was running, and it was just time to upgrade. So really happy with the wheel set. Thank you for Al's Bikes over in Medford to helping me out and lacing that up. Tires I run is the Tioga Power Blocks. I do run 175s. I kind of like a little skinnier tire. My pressure on the tire is kind of low by today's standards. I probably run between 65 and 70 PSI because I'm still hopping some tricks. So I do enjoy the tires. They've been good to me for many years, and something that I kind of stick with. Pedals, these are the stolen pedals, the Thermonites. And I do change the colors out depending on the color of the day, as you may have noticed on some of my videos. For pegs, I'm running the Iggy pegs. And I feel like these are just the best pegs for me. They have the nice rounded edge. So for pivoting, it's a lot easier to pivot your foot. The caps are very thick. I do a lot of tricks where I'm dropping the bike down, and they just last forever. So good job, Dub. Everyone loves your pegs, so thank you. And if you notice on my front, this one is a little mini one, so I've cut it off and I put a little bolt in there to hold the cap on, because I still like to do the Miami hoppers, and you need to have, not need, but it's a lot easier to have a shorter peg. If you had a longer peg, it's going to teeter a lot more, and it's going to be a little bit difficult to do a Miami hopper. So I'm doing the length that I used to run, basically when I used to run an old Haro peg or something. It's about that length. Brakes, so on the front I have a carbon fiber brake made by Mark Johnson. He sent me, I bought a set of front and rears. I just haven't put the rears on yet. But boy, they're just amazing. Super light, seal bearings. Mark has done an amazing job. And if you're interested, just hit me up and I'll get you his information. On the back, I'm still running the Shadow brakes with clear brake shoes. So I note that because I do like when I do certain tricks and I lock the lever, I want to make sure my brake really it sticks well on the rim. And the clear brake shoes by Cool Stop really helps for that, for those kind of combination tricks. The bars, yep, I'm still running these standard strip bars I have for years. And Rick has helped me out over the years. He sent me a pair of bars recently when I was building up a new bike, and I literally have had two pairs of bars since the 90s. So just an amazing, well built product. As we know, Standard does an excellent job. And the stem is a Nowhere. Carl Hinckley, thank you for hooking me up. Nowhere stem there, and I have always run a top loader instead of a front loader for whatever reason. I think I'm just so used to having a little bit of that distance, not just like the zero offset or closer to the actual fork. Some other modifications that I have is I run a Quickly C-clamp. This is just a generic brand, and a really long seat post so that I can actually adjust my seat. So I can do some of those older balance tricks in the Gumby and whatnot, and I make my seat actually hit my handlebar, so it does provide a little more stability on some of these tricks that I do. What else? ODI grips. Always loved them. Just a good grip. I just feel like that is the grip that I will continue to ride for now. And anything else that I can mention? I think that's everything. So I'm going to probably keep this bike how it is for now. I don't think I'll do any other upgrades. If I do any more titanium parts, maybe the bars, but like I said, I've been really happy with the standard bars, and it's going to be a big change for me if I do that. And right now this weighs, I think I mentioned it's 24.5 pounds, and it feels great. So there you have it. That's the bike for now. And if you need any parts like that I'm recommending or that I'm suggesting, hit me up and I'll be sure to get you the information where I got it. Okay, thanks for watching.